Hello dear students, welcome to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH. This is lesson 36, Senior High School Constructive Accounting Part 2, and we will be talking about the Statement of Comprehensive Income. So at the end of the video, you should be able to review income statement elements, and then we will be learning how to prepare both a single-step service income statement and a multiple-step or a multi-step merchandising income statement. And then we will also be reviewing how to prepare the function of expense income statement and how to also prepare a nature of expense income statement. Before we end the videos or the discussions, we will be solving accounting problems relative to the income statement. Okay, so in the last lesson, we learned the different elements of the balance sheet, which is assets, liabilities, and capital. And then we know how to differentiate when an asset and a liability is current and when it is non-current. And then you also know how to prepare the balance sheet under the account form and the balance sheet under report form. So remember that when assets is on the left side and liabilities and capital is on the right side, that is the account form balance sheet. And when the assets is in the topmost portion and liabilities and capital is written below the assets, then that is the report form balance sheet. And then we also solved some accounting problems about the balance sheet. Okay, so in any case that you need to go back to the discussions, just go back to lesson 35. Okay, so before anything else, please like and subscribe to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH. And maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta sa channel. And nawa, magtuloy-tuloy po yung suporta po ninyo. And I hope na very helpful po ang aking mga videos sa inyong online learning in this COVID-19 pandemic. So actually, these videos will be up forever in YouTube. So dun sa mga makakanood nito after the pandemic, we actually had this recorded during the COVID-19 pandemic. So medyo magiging memorable to after in years time. Okay? But anyway, maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta. Okay, so let's go back to the concept of financial statements. Again, financial statements are a structured representation of the financial position and financial performance of an entity. The objective of financial statements is to provide information about the financial position, financial performance, and cash flows of an entity that is useful to a wide range of users in making economic decisions. Again, we go back to this definition of financial statements. We know that it presents the financial position, financial performance, equity, and cash flows of a company, which will help the users of these financial statements make better economic decisions. That's under International Accounting Standard 1, the presentation of financial statements. Again, always remember, accounting standards are paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of guidance on how will we account for business transactions in accounting. Okay, so you also knew last time that the financial statements shows or presents these different elements, which is assets, liabilities, equity, income and expenses with gains and losses, and then contributions by and distributions to owners in their capacity as owners and cash flow. So for today, since we will be talking about the statement of comprehensive income, we are talking about income and expenses, including gains and losses. Okay, so now we're ready to start. An income statement reports the company's financial performance through presenting the entity's revenues, gains, expenses, and losses for the period ended. Okay, so the very nature of income statement na alam nyo since in the previous videos pa is that we deduct revenues from expenses in order for us to get the net income or the net income before tax. And then we will be paying taxes to the government, and that is your net income. Dati nasanay kasi tayo that revenue minus expenses diretso net income because we assume na yung ating income tax expense ay kasama na dun sa expenses. But actually, there should be a proper and separate reporting of your income tax payments or income tax expenses to arrive at your net income. However, in our video today, in our discussion today, we will not be computing for taxes for now, okay? Because there is a separate lesson on where we will be preparing and computing taxes So let's assume for today that revenue minus expenses is net income. And that's the end point for the discussion today. Okay? So ganun lang muna. Revenue minus expense, net income. Doon lang tayo. Okay, so we have the following elements of financial performance. The two main elements of financial performance, first one is income. An income or income is the increases in economic benefits during the accounting period in the form of inflows or enhancement of assets or decreases in liabilities that result in increases in equity other than those relating to contributions from equity participants. Well, in its lightest sense, income is yung kinikita mo, di ba? If you rendered services to customers, kumita ka ng service revenue. If you sell products, inventory and you are a merchandising company, then you earn from selling, di ba? Sales revenue, okay? But however, the conceptual framework for financial reporting shows you what really happened. So when there is an income, there is an inflow or enhancement of assets, or you can also see that it can also decrease liabilities. Okay, and then remember that income results in an increase in equity. Remember that we add net income to the capital balance to get the adjusted capital balance. So basically, income increases equity. Now, increases in equity kapag kagaling sa income is other than those relating to contributions from equity participants. Kasi 'di ba ang iba pang nagpapa-increase ng equity is yung additional contribution ng owners dun sa capital balance. So one way of increasing equity other than the contributions from equity participant is yung pagkakaroon mo na ng income. Pag kumikita ka, then it increases your equity. Okay? It's like that. And then we also have expense. So expenses are decreases in economic benefits during the accounting period in the form of outflows or depletion of assets or incurrences of liabilities that result in decrease in equity other than those relating to distributions to equity participants. Again, that's in its lightest sense, expenses po or expense is lahat ng ginagastos natin in order for the company to continue operating. Kailangan mo magpasahod ng employees, salaries expense. Kailangan mo magbayad ng renta dun sa office space na inuupahan mo, rent expense. Kailangan mong magbayad ng pambayad mo ng kuryente na ginagamit mo sa office, ng water. Okay, so utilities expense. Okay, so ano daw po ang nangyayari pag may expense? Outflow or depletion of assets. Siyempre, maglalabas ka ng cash, di ba? Or incurrences of liabilities. Kung hindi mo pabayad, accounts payable. Now, anong nangyayari kapag may expense? It is a decrease in equity other than those na dinidistribute natin to equity participants. Okay? So, income is lahat ng kinikita natin na nag-i-increase ng equity. Expense is lahat ng pinagkakagastusan natin na nagde-decrease ng equity. And as you know it, revenue or income minus expenses is net income. Net income is added to capital. Net loss is deducted to capital. Let's talk about income. Income encompasses both revenue and gains. Revenue arises in the course of ordinary, regular activities. If you are a barbershop, kumikita ka sa paggugupit. Ganun lang. If you are a travel and tourist agency, kumikita ka in providing travel and tourist services to your clients or to your customers. If you are a merchandising company that sells teddy bears, then kumikita ka sa pagbebenta ng teddy bears. Okay, so the ordinary regular activities or ordinary business operations of a company, doon nagre-relate ang revenue. Doon ka kumikita kasi yun ang main operations mo. Ganun siya. Okay. However, we also have what we call gains. Gains are other items that represents increases in economic benefits but does not regularly arise in ordinary business operations. Parang you have gained something na hindi naman revenue. For example, gain on sale of assets. Ngayon tatanungin niyo ako, sir, 'Di ba ang inventory asset 'yun? So pag nagbenta kami ng inventory, may sales revenue kami. Eh ano yung sinasabi nyo dyan na gain on sale of assets? Okay, bakit siya may asterisk? May side note yan. A merchandising company who sells their inventories earn sales revenue. Totoo naman, kumikita ang isang company sa pagbebenta ng inventory nila. Tama? However, if that company decided to sell their equipment at a price higher than its carrying value, it's a gain on sale of asset, it's a gain on sale of equipment. What am I trying to say here? Ano ba talaga ang binebenta mo? Inventory. Ngayon, yung equipment na ginagamit mo sa opisina, kunyari, gusto mong palitan ng bago, pero hindi pa naman siya sirang-sira. So, ang gusto mong mangyari, bebenta ko na lang para makabili ako ng bago. So, hindi pa naman sirang-sira yung equipment, binenta mo sa iba. So, di ba, kino-computa natin ang equipment ng carrying value, which is the asset cost minus accumulated depreciation. Kapag nabenta mo yung equipment na yun ng mas mataas na presyo kaysa sa carrying value niya, di ba may sobra ka? Ang tawag doon, gain on sale of equipment. Sir, bakit hindi natin tawaging sales revenue din? Kasi hindi naman talaga equipment ang binebenta mo. Ang binebenta mo ay kung ano man yung inventory mo. So, kapag ang binenta mo ay galing sa ordinary business, regular activities, yun ang revenue. Pero kapag hindi naman sinasadya, nakapagbenta ka, no? O hindi naman sa hindi sinasadya, pero nakapagbenta ka ng assets mo na hindi mo naman regularly binebenta, ang tawag doon ay gain on sale of assets. Pero nagkakaroon lang tayo ng gain when the selling price of that asset is higher than its carrying value at the point of sale. Okay, so let's say for example, kung isa kang teddy bear company, nagbenta ka ng teddy bear, edi may sales revenue ka. Pero kung teddy bear company ka at nagbenta ka ng furniture na ginagamit nyo sa opisina at a price higher than its carrying value, the difference between the two will be recorded as gain on sale of furniture. Ganun lang. Eh sir, paano naman kung furniture company kami? Tapos, anong sa namin lalagay yun? Okay, ganito. Kung furniture company ka, edi furniture talaga binebenta mo. O di sales revenue yun. Pero kapag ka ang binenta mo na is yung furniture na ginagamit nyo sa opisina, asset mo yun na hindi inventory. So, pag binenta mo yon at a price higher than its carrying value, that is a gain on sale of furniture. Okay? So, sana nagkakaintindihan tayo kung ano yung pinakaiba ng revenue and gains. Remember, kapag ang binenta mo is from ordinary, regular business activities, that is a revenue. Pero kung hindi naman siya laging binibenta or hindi siya yung ordinary business activity mo, then that is a gain. Okay? Marami pa kayong matututunan na iba't ibang uri ng gain, hindi lang tungkol sa gain on sale of assets. Okay, expenses encompasses both expenses and losses. Expenses are decreases in economic benefits due to salaries, rent, or depreciation. So, the normal activities of a business din po ang pinatutungkulan ng expenses. So, meron naman tayong losses. Ang losses, kabaliktaran naman ng gain. Ito namang losses, yung medyo nadehado ka sa isang business event na hindi mo naman inaasahan. Loss from fire, loss from disasters, loss from sale of assets. Sir, paano naman po nangyayari ang loss from sale of assets na yan? Kunyari, yung equipment or furniture na ginagamit mo sa office, binenta mo at a price lower than the carrying value, then that's the time medyo lugi ka naman doon, di ba? So, ang tawag doon, loss from sale of assets. So, kapag kayong pinagkakagastosan mo is something about regular business operations, those are expenses. Pero kapag ka naman ang nangyari sa iyo is parang you lost something due to fire, you lost something due to disasters, or you have sold an asset that are using in the company at a lower price than the carrying value, then those are loss from sale of assets. Okay? So I hope you understand the difference between revenue and gains and expenses and losses. Okay, so we're ready to prepare the statement of comprehensive income. Please download Handout 036. The link is available in the description box. Okay, so for problem 1, we will be preparing a single-step income statement. Let me read to you first the problem. Dr. Laika de la Cruz is a dentist. She has a dental clinic operating under the name Kimchi Smile Dental Clinic. For the month of April 20x9, she earned 635,742 from rendering services to clients as dentist. She also provides other dental-related services which earned 158,774. In order to operate, the dental clinic spent 287,660 during the month for dental supplies. Common operating expenses include salaries of 96,554 to nurses and assistants, 18,000 rent, and 12,000 utilities. Depreciation of the dental clinic equipment amounted to 8,530. However, during the month, the equipment needed repair and maintenance work which costed the clinic 4,897, and we are required to prepare a single-step service company income statement. When you will be preparing a single-step single-step service company income statement, is from the word itself, single step. Kasi hindi nga siya multiple step. Alam niyo naman yung itsura ng multiple step, di ba? Parang ang daming column, ang daming subsections. Natutunan na natin yan dati sa merchandising operations. Pag single step, talagang ang makikita mo lang isang linya na or isang column lang ang nakalagay, revenue minus expense. Okay? So, ganito lang gagawin natin. I-identify natin sa problem, alin dyan ang revenue, alin dyan ang expense. So, for the month of April 20x9, she earned 635,742, and then meron siyang nirender na other dental-related services. So, yan lahat ng revenues natin. Tapos, yung mga pinagkagastusan, kunento lang naman sa inyo. Okay? Dental supplies, salaries, rent, utilities, depreciation, and repairs and maintenance expense. So, i-group lang natin lahat ng revenue and expense, and we are to prepare the income statement. Okay? So, the solution for the problem would be like this. You will be making the heading first, Dr. Laika de la Cruz, dentist, doing business under the name Kimchi Smile Dental Clinic. Pwede namang nilalagay yan, pwedeng hindi. It's okay. And then the name of the financial statement, Statement of Comprehensive Income for the month ended April 30, 20x9. Remember po, when you are doing an income statement, you will be writing the phrase for the month ended, or kung isang buong taon yan, for the year ended, or kung ayaw nyo, for the period ended. It's okay. Because revenues and expenses are reported for that specific month only. Bakit nga po uli? Drawing, revenues, and expenses ay dumadaan po ng closing entries. So, sa next accounting period, magzi-zero po uli agad yan. Diba? Sana natatandaan nyo yun. Okay. So, start tayo sa revenues. Sinulat lang natin or nilagay lang natin yung professional fees na 635,742 and then other services na 158,774. You just get the total. So total revenue will be 794,516. And then you proceed with the expenses. You will just list down all of the expenses: dental supplies, salaries, rent, utilities, depreciation, repairs and maintenance expense, for a total of 427,641. If you already have your total revenues and your total expenses, or revenue minus expense, will give you your net income of 366,875. That's it. Okay? So, in preparing an income statement for a service company, you just gather all information regarding revenue and gather all information or ledger balances in your accounts for all expenses. It's just like that, okay? So that is the single-step service company income statement. Okay, so now we're ready to prepare the multiple-step income statement. So before anything else, before we solve this problem, remember that we have already discussed the preparation of an income statement in this format in our previous videos, which teaches you how to prepare an income statement for a merchandising company. So this is just a bit of a review for you, and if you need to go back to that video, that's recommended. Okay, so for problem 2, Teddy Bear Trading is operating a big store of stuffed toys called Crush Magic. For the month of April 20x9, recorded sales in the ledger amounted to 8,756,445. Contra sales account balances include 223,650 returns and allowances and 396,500 discounts. The entity began April with 2,963,574 of inventory, which decreased by 75,924 at the end of the month. Purchases made amounted to 3,685,790, which were transported to the company premises, costing 352,000 in total. Contra purchases account balances include 235,112 returns and allowances and 265,820 for discounts. The company is also into costume rentals of different cartoon characters, rental income of which amounted to 125,746 for the month. To operate, the company needs to pay salaries of 435,874, utilities of 236,987, and rent of 52,365. Depreciation of furniture, equipment, and POS system or point of sale system totaled 39,657, and we are to prepare the multi-step merchandising company income statement. Later na po natin pag-usapan yung requirement B and requirement C. Okay, so looking at the problem, binigyan naman po kayo ng information about sales and then contra sales account balances natin. So, sales returns and allowances and sales discount. Binigyan din po kayo ng the entity began April with 2 million amount of inventory. That's your beginning inventory. Pero binigyan kayo ng at the end of the month, nag-decrease daw ng 75,924. So, ibig sabihin, yung amount ng inventory at the end, bumaba ng 75,924. Okay? And then, nandyan din po yung ating purchases, yung freight natin, and then purchase returns and allowances and purchase discounts. Tapos, meron din pong rental income. So, that's other income kasi they are into selling stuffed toys, diba? Pero nagre-rental income din sila. So, automatically, other income yan. Tapos, meron po tayong operating expenses na salaries, utilities, rent, and depreciation. Okay? So, ganun din po ang first step. Ilalagay po natin ang heading, Teddy Bear Trading. Doing business under the name Crush Magic, and then the name of the financial statement, which is Statement of Comprehensive Income, and then for the month ended April 30, 20x9. Okay, so your first step is to compute for your net sales. Gross sales, less sales returns and allowances and sales discount. So, lalagay nyo yung SRA tsaka SD, then kukunin nyo yung total bago nyo i-minus sa gross sales. Net sales is 8,136,295. Okay, and then you start with your beginning inventory kasi we are on the process of computing your cost of goods sold. So, beginning inventory and then start tayo sa purchases. And then, ang next na nakaka-affect sa purchase is kung magkano yung ginastos mo sa freight. So, mabibigyan ka niya ng total purchases. And then, yung total purchases mo ngayon, ang babawasan natin ng contra purchases mo, which is purchase returns and allowances and purchase discount, for a total of 500,932. Tapos, yung purchases mo na 4,037,790, ma-minus lang natin yung purchase returns and allowances and purchase discounts for net purchases of 3,536,858. Remember, beginning inventory plus net purchases is cost of goods available for sale, 6,500,432, less ending inventory, 2,887,650. Saan po nakuha yung amount na yan? Remember na yung beginning inventory, binigay ko magkano yung decrease. So, i-effect mo yung decrease na 75,000 plus. Yan yung kalalabasan. 2,887,650. So, cost of goods available for sale less ending inventory is your cost of goods sold of 3,612,782. So, net sales less cost of goods sold will give you your gross profit or gross margin of 4,523,513. Remember, at wag na wag pong kalilimutan, baka may other income yung company, i-add po natin for a total revenue of 4,649,259. And then, i-deduct po natin lahat ng operating expenses and then revenue minus expenses, that is your net income, 3,884,376. Kaya po siya tinawag na multi-step income statement kasi ang dami niyang subsections, ang dami niyang columns. Kaya siya tinawag na multiple step income statement. Ngayon, pwede naman natin siyang i-transform into a single step na income statement para mas madaling tignan. Okay? So, we will now be reviewing how to prepare the function of expense method and nature of expense method. So, to review the preparation of an income statement under those two methods, please revisit po yung ating Lesson 29, Accounting for Merchandising Operations, Part 3, which talks about the income statement. Okay? So, ganito lang po. Pag function of expense method, yun po yung we show the expenses according to their function. Cost of goods sold and operating expenses. Okay? So, ang una po natin gagawin is note number 7, which is net sales. Again, ba't nga po 7 ang ginamit dito? 7 is just an example number pero hindi kayo dapat gumamit ng note number 1 agad kasi ang note number 1 ay sa information about the company, and then note number 2 is usually significant accounting policies, yung mga accounting standard na ginamit nila, and then yung mga naunang number sa ano na yon, cash, receivables, inventory. So let's assume na number 7 na yung net sales, pero pag-assume lang din yung 7. Ang gusto lang natin i-point out, huwag nyong gagamitin yung note number 1. Okay? So, ganun lang din po. Net sales, so ganun din. Gross sales minus sales returns and allowances and sales discount. Okay? And then compute also for your net purchases, which is gross purchases, add freight in, that's your total purchases, less contra purchases, that's your net purchases. And then, cost of goods sold is beginning inventory plus net purchases, which is cost of goods available for sale, less ending inventory, that's your cost of goods sold. And then, just get your total operating expenses. Pag nagawa mo na po lahat ng notes to financial statements, you are ready to prepare the income statement. Okay, so same heading po, and then lalagay lang po natin yung net sales minus cost of goods sold, gross profit, add natin yung other income, that's your total revenue, less operating expenses, that is your net income. Ganun din po, 3,884,376. Naging single step na siya. Okay. Mas maganda na siyang tignan, di ba? Hindi na siya nakakalito. Okay? So, pag ni-release po yung financial statements publicly, ang makikita lang nila sa bandang mga pang ilang page, itong nasa right side, yung ating statement of comprehensive income. Tapos ito pong note 7, 8, 9, 10, yung mga explanatory notes po natin ay makikita po yan sa notes to financial statements pagkatapos po yun ng statement of cash flows. Doon na po ina-explain lahat. Okay? Now, doon naman po sa ating nature of expense method is i-group lang natin sila according to nature. Anong nature yon? Lahat ng revenues and increases at lahat naman po ng deductions and expenses. Ganun lang, okay? So, gagawin nyo pa rin po yung net sales tsaka net purchases na notes, and then ganito na po ang itsura niya. So, lahat ng revenue natin, which is kinita natin na net sales, and then add mo agad yung other income. Tapos, deductions and expenses. Remember po, kapag nililista po ang merchandise inventory changes, pag nag-increase, negative. Pag decrease, positive. Okay? So, decrease in merchandise inventory, 75,924. And then, lagay na rin po natin yung net purchases and then lahat po ng operating expenses natin. Okay? So, ganun din po ang net income, 3,884,376. So, for a more thorough discussion of the difference between function of expense method and nature of expense method, ang gagamitin lang po natin is yung video natin nung nakaraan about merchandising income statement. Okay, so I hope you understand how to prepare the income statement or the statement of comprehensive income. Now that we have mentioned that, baka siguro yung iba sa inyo at this point in time, there is a confusion. Why am I sometimes referring it to the income statement and why am I sometimes referring it to the statement of comprehensive income? Is there a difference between the two or are they just the same? Actually, both of those statements are correct. It's different in a sense that it's also the same. Paano nangyari yun? Okay, so isa-isahin natin. An income statement presents the results of the entity's operations and financial performance through the reporting of the entity's revenues and expenses. So, ang income statement po ay revenue tsaka expenses lang. Sama mo yung gains and losses. Okay? However, the statement of comprehensive income starts with the net income and then the effects of other comprehensive income which will lead to comprehensive income. So kung ano man yung net income na nakuha sa income statement, add or minus the effects of other comprehensive income is your comprehensive income. Sir, ano ba yung other comprehensive income na yan? Huwag niyo muna stressin yung sarili nyo kasi hindi pa yan i-discuss for senior high school. Okay? Other comprehensive income, I might actually give you examples now pero baka hindi nyo pa mag-gets kasi baka malula kayo masyado. Okay? So, ang pinag-uusapan lang natin for now is really net income. And we're assuming na walang other comprehensive income items. Kaya kung ano yung net income, yun na yung comprehensive income. So, sir, ganun ba yun? Kaya ginagamit nyo yung statement of comprehensive income but hindi na lang tayo mag-income statement. Ito ang sagot dyan. Okay, so, an entity has a choice on presenting the statement of comprehensive income. Pwedeng two-statement format, pwedeng single statement format. Ano ibig sabihin ng two-statement at single statement? Pag two-statement format, literal, dalawang statements. Yung isa, income statement muna na magpe-present sa inyo ng revenue at expenses which will lead you to net income. Tapos, yung pangalawang statement, yun na yung mismong statement of comprehensive income. Ang starting point niya yung net income. Tapos, lahat na ng adjustments natin ng other comprehensive income. Ayan yung mga examples ng other comprehensive income. Pero hindi pa tayo magdidig deeper dyan ngayon. Foreign currency translation adjustment, unrealized loss on financial assets at fair value through other comprehensive income, remeasurement on basta, wag mo na ngayon. Okay? But at least you know the difference between the two. Pwede rin kasing single statement format. Pag single statement format, dire-diretso. Yung mismong statement, ang pangalan niya na Statement of Comprehensive Income. Tapos dire-diretso na lahat. Revenue, expenses, net income. Tapos lahat ng other comprehensive income, yun na yung comprehensive income. Sir, ibig sabihin po ba ang ginagamit natin sa examples ay single statement format? The answer is yes. Ang ginagamit natin in the previous slides ay single statement format. Pinapangalanan na natin agad siyang statement of comprehensive income kahit walang comprehensive items because we assume in that scenario that the net income is also the comprehensive income dahil wala tayong other comprehensive income items, and that's perfectly fine. We just assume na ang ginagamit na natin is the single statement format. So, because net income is, in our examples, that's already the comprehensive income. Okay? But don't worry, you can use the income statement, you can use the statement of comprehensive income. But, pagdating nyo ng higher accounting, basta meron ng adjustments sa other comprehensive income items at pag natutunan nyo na kung ano yung mga other comprehensive income items na yon, then you will be preparing na yung talagang legit na statement of comprehensive income. Okay, so I hope you understand the point ha, kung ano yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa. But for now, you can use the statement of comprehensive income assuming wala pa kayong other comprehensive items or other comprehensive income items. Okay, so let's try to solve some multiple choice questions. Dating gawi po tayo ha. Papakita muna yung problem, i-pause nyo yung video, try nyong sagutan yung problem, and then tsaka nyo uli i-play para sa solution. Okay, problem number 1. The provided here is an excerpt from the worksheet of Choi Sulli Company's third month of operations. So, binigyan kayo ng trial balance na unadjusted na amounts and then adjusted na amounts naman and then yung column, yung credit column ng profit or loss column sa worksheet. Worksheet kasi yan pero pinaikli, di ba? Other expenses amount to 65,000. Ang tanong sa inyo, how much is the net income? Okay? So, pause the video, try to answer the problem, and then we will solve it afterwards. Okay, so assuming that you have solved and answered it, this is the solution. Okay, so the first step is to analyze the worksheet. Ang binigay sa inyo ay hindi naman talaga buong trial balance. Account balances lang before and after adjustment. Alam nyo naman kapag before and after adjustment, dyan na naglalabasan yung revenues, yung expense. So ang gagawin nating analysis is you will be getting the difference between the unadjusted balances and the adjusted balances, which will look like this. Ayan. So, analyze natin isa-isa. Yung cash walang nagbago. Accounts receivable wala din. Yung office supplies inventory from 10,000, naging 8,000 na lang. Ibig sabihin, kung yung dati mong office supplies inventory na 10,000, naging 8,000 na lang, nakagastos ka na ng office supplies na 2,000. So, office supplies expense na yung 2,000. Take note nyo na yan kasi meron ka ng expense. Ganon din gagawin natin sa prepaid insurance. Okay? Tingnan nyo, 42,000 naging 30,000. Ibig sabihin, nagamit mo ng insurance for the month, 12,000. Ano ibig sabihin? Yung 12,000 insurance expense na. Okay? Ganon din sa prepaid rent. 24,000 naging 20,000. So, yung 4,000 nagamit mo na as rent expense. Sa accumulated depreciation naman, anong sabi natin pag accumulated depreciation? Iniipon ng account na yan lahat ng depreciation, di ba? Tapos, yun ang pinang-minus natin sa cost ng asset para makuha yung carrying value ng asset. So, from 11,583 naging 17,375. Ibig sabihin, tumaas ang depreciation expense ng 5,792. Depreciation expense. Okay, tas binigyan po kayo ng service revenue tsaka commissions revenue, and don't forget in the problem may sinabi po sa inyo na other expenses is worth 65,000. Okay, so ang gagawin po natin ganito, kunin nyo muna lahat ng revenue. Service revenue na 159,000 tsaka commissions revenue na 12,000. That's your total revenue of 171,000. Tapos lahat ng expenses. Office supplies expense yung 2,000, insurance expense yung 12,000, rent expense yung 4,000, depreciation expense 5,792, and remember, meron po tayong all other expenses na 65,000 to give you total expenses of 88,792. So ganun lang, total revenue 171,000 less expenses 88,792, i-minus nyo lang yung dalawa, and you will get a net income of 82,208. The answer is letter B, 82,208. Medyo challenging, no? Medyo challenging ang problem na yan. Kasi pang college yan. I gave you a college problem. But that's okay. We need to prepare you for college. Okay? Problem number 2. Colleen Company's net income was erroneously computed by the owner's 3-year-old daughter. Wow. So, ang nangyari kasi, anong sabi? Erroneously computed. Okay? So, service revenue, commissions revenue, cash balance, minus cash withdrawals, expenses, yan daw yung net income. Although erroneously computed, the amounts are correct based on the ledger in the worksheet. Except for commissions revenue, which is overstated by 15,500, and rent expense, which is understated by 4,300. What is the correct net income of Colleen Company? A, B, C, or D? Okay? So, please pause the video, try answering the problem first, and then play again the video when you're ready. Okay, assuming that you have already paused the video and answered the problem, this is the solution. Okay, erroneous daw po yung pagkakakompute dun sa net income. Mali nga naman kasi, bakit ka maglalagay ng cash balance sa income statement? At bakit mo isasama yung cash withdrawal by the owner sa expenses? Di ba kasama yon sa capital statement? So, mali talaga yung pagkakakompute. Pero ang sabi naman, kahit daw mali yung pagkakakompute, based sa ledger at sa worksheet, tama naman daw talaga lahat ng balancing yan. Tapos, medyo may konting mali lang daw sa commissions revenue na sobra ng 15,500 at yung rent expense mo kulang naman ng 4,300. Ang pinapakompute sa inyo net income. Always remember, pag ang kinakompute nyo net income, revenue tsaka expense lang yung tanong na yon. Kahit pagbalik-balik ta rin yung problem, pag ang tinatanong sa inyo net income, revenue at saka expense lang yung hanapin nyo doon. Except kapag yung problem ay net income ang tinatanong pero capital balances. Doon natin pag-uusapan yon sa next video. Kapag capital balances yung given, tas net income yung hinahanap. Next video natin yon. For our purposes here, we will just determine lahat ng revenues and expenses. So it looks like this. Kunin mo lang lahat ng revenue item. Service revenue 450,000, walang mali. So yun na yun. Commissions revenue mo daw 125,000. Kaso sobra daw, overstated. Pag sinabing overstated, sobra. Pag sinabing understated, kulang. Sobra daw ng 15,500. Kung alam mong sobra, edi bawasan mo. So 125,000 minus 15,500. The correct balance of commissions revenue is 109,500. Just get the total, that's your total revenue. 559,500. Salaries, wala daw po tayong problema. Rent naman na 3,700, understated ng 4,300. Ibig sabihin kulang. So 3,700 plus 4,300, 8,000. Okay? And then we also have utilities expense, no changes na 5,450. Just get the total expenses 15,000, 8,000, 5,450 for a total of 28,450. Pag adjusted na at tama na lahat ng revenue mo at lahat ng expense, di revenue minus expense ang sagot. Net income 531,050. Letter B. That is also a challenging problem because that's a college problem. Okay? Pero pwede na sa senior high school yan pag si Sir Chua ang prof nyo. Lahat ng dumaan sa akin, hello sa mga tiga STI College Caloocan na dumaan sa akin for how many years? Kilala na ako yung mga yan. So, I'm giving them problems at the level higher than what they can so that they can be they can be practiced very well when they're in college already. So sa mga naging estudyante ko na nagbabalik-aral na college na ngayon pero bumabalik dito sa videos na to, hello sa inyo and I hope that you're doing well in college. Shout out sa mga dati kong na-handle. Love you all. Okay, so that's it. And then problem number 3. Gross sales revenue during the period is 80,000. Cost of goods available for sale is 56,000. If the beginning merchandise inventory is 18,000 and the ending inventory is 7,000 lower than the beginning count, compute for the amount of gross profit assuming there is no freight in and contra account balances on sales has a debit balance of 7,500. Okay? So, pause the video and then compute for the amount, solve the problem, then play again for the solution. Okay, assuming that you have already tried to answer the problem, this is the solution. Binigyan kayo ng gross sales, so yun na yun, di ba? Tapos, ang binigay naman agad sa inyo, cost of goods available for sale, beginning inventory 18,000, ending inventory daw is 7,000 pesos lower than the beginning. So, kung mas mababa daw ng 7,000 yung ending inventory, so kung ang beginning mo is 18, ang ending mo 11. Kasi 18 minus 7, 11, di ba? So, ang pinapakompute sa inyo, gross profit. Wala daw freight in, so hindi nyo na kailangang isipin. And then, contra account balances on sales. Pag sinabing contra account balances on sales, contra account balances on sales, contra sales. So, sales returns and allowances, tsaka sales discount. Okay? So, lagay nyo lang yung formula ng income statement for merchandising. Lahat ng naka-yellow given, lahat ng pula kinocompute. Okay? So, gross sales na 80,000 minus contra sales na 7,500. Net sales mo, 72,500. May beginning inventory ka na 18,000 pero actually, hindi mo na siya kailangan para makuha yung cost of goods sold kasi binigyan naman na kayo ng cost of goods available for sale na 56,000. Paano mo makukuha yung ending inventory? Yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, ang beginning inventory 18,000 tapos lower than 7,000 daw. Okay? Yung ending. So, 18 minus 7, 11. Since nakuha mo na yung 11, Cost of goods available for sale na 56,000 minus ending inventory na 11,000. Cost of goods sold 45. Yun na yun. Net sales minus cost of goods sold, gross profit 27,500. Sir, paano po nakuha yung 38,000 na net purchases? Pabalik lang. So kung 56,000 yung cost of goods available for sale, tapos may ending inventory kang 18,000, pabalik. So 56,000 minus 18,000, may net purchases ka na 38,000. So yung ibang prof, pwedeng dalawang tanong yung itanong dito sa problem na to. You can solve it as long as you know the formula. Okay? So net sales of 72,500 minus cost of goods sold of 45,000 will give you a gross profit of 27,500. The answer is letter C. Hi, tapos na tayo. Okay, so our next lesson is about the statement of changes in equity. Nasa pangatlong financial statement na tayo. Okay, so shout out po sa mga gumagamit ng videos natin na nag-comment last time. Zamboanga del Norte National High School, Dipolog City, P.O. Domingo, Montessori High School, Panique, Tarlac, St. Paul University, Philippines, Tuguegarao City, Cordova Catholic Cooperative School, Cordova, Cebu, and syempre, eto, close sa heart ko to, STI College, Caloocan, Caloocan City. Hello po sa ating lahat. And then, please, sana mag-comment po tayo ng ating school and locations para ma-shoutout natin. Also, we would like to say thank you for the outmost support of these students who sent me some pictures using Chua's Accounting Lessons PH. We have Jen Deloy. Hi, Jen. Thank you. And then we have Jijet Ann Laurito. Hi, Jijet. And then Pak Yong Bin. Okay. So, Chua's Accounting Lessons PH 지원해주셔서 감사합니다. 열심히 공부해 정말 고맙습니다. So, maraming salamat po sa mga gumagamit ng Chua's Accounting Lessons PH. Again, thank you for your outmost support. Maraming salamat po. Okay? So, for all questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. For webinar and speakership, for webinar and speakership invites, please send me a message at kevintroy.chua1994@gmail.com. This has been Chua's Accounting Lessons PH. To God be all the glory, honor, and praise. Thank you, and have a great day.
All together is good. I just wonder if you like me. I can show you my love here.